Yet, New York City is unforgiving. In fact, our lives are complicated even during the best of times. And sadly, today, a declining quality of life coupled with economic instability makes it difficult for business to thrive.
You know what's wild? We've spent years wondering what Melania Trump really thinks, analyzing her every move like we're trying to decode hieroglyphics. She's been the silent, enigmatic figure, the Sphinx in designer shoes. But folks, that silence just broke wide open, and it's a bombshell. Melania Trump went full scorched earth, and this time, it's not a whisper.
Who believe that loving this country requires more than singing its praises or avoiding uncomfortable truths. It requires the occasional disruption, the willingness to speak out for what is right, to shake up the status quo. That's America.
It's a roar. This isn't just another Trump scandal. This one is different. We're talking leaked recordings, DNA results, and receipts that make you rethink everything. Melania, the woman who's been silent for years, has apparently been taking notes, documenting everything, and now she's ready to drop it all. This story is breaking everywhere, but it's hitting different depending on where you are.
The cut, and he made the cut by about 200 strokes. It was pretty amazing. And he had a great week, actually. And he's also the longest hitter of a golf ball, I think ever, but, you know, they say ever.
In New York, where Trump hasn't truly been welcome since the 80s, the tabloids are loving it. In Florida, gossip at Mar-a-Lago is escalating. And in Washington, D.C., the political class is pretending to be shocked by behavior they've known about for years. Meanwhile, across America, from diners to coffee shops, people are laughing, not out of humor, but out of inevitability. Because when you treat people like props for years, eventually one of those props writes a tell-all or presses play on a recording.
A country of tomorrow that will shape our future and reset expectations for the generations. Envision a wonderful America where the seeds of security.
For years, Melania has been a political statue, posing in perfect silence. But while we were watching her pull away from hand-holding, she was pulling together a dossier, a recording, evidence. The woman who allegedly said, "I don't care, do you?" apparently cared enough to hit record. Trump's whole life has been about controlling the narrative, saying things loudly until everyone believes them. But you can't gaslight someone who has you on tape. And now, Melania does. The recording from 2023 was made during Trump's 2024 campaign. It's a private conversation, recorded without Trump's knowledge.
Black, white, Latino, Asian, Native American, young, old, gay, straight, men, women, folks with disabilities, all pledging allegiance under the same proud flag to this big, bold country that we love. That's what I see. That's the America I know.
And it's filled with things Trump doesn't want public. His response? Immediately going on Truth Social, claiming there's no recording at all, even though he sounds exactly like someone who's heard it. Classic Trump behavior. Deny it before anyone hears it. But then, sources close to Melania started confirming the details. And now the story's taking an even crazier turn. DNA results. It's not just about political scandals anymore. It's about family drama, lineage questions, and paternity issues. These things have been whispered about for years, but now they might be coming to light. And DNA. They've spent years defending him through every scandal. But when his own wife leaks recordings, that's a game changer. The irony is thick. For years, Trump has demanded loyalty, but Melania's silence has been the perfect camouflage. She's waited, she's documented, and now she's using it. Trump's own strategy, his own philosophy, has backfired. What Melania did isn't just about revenge, it's strategy. She played the long game. She knew how to survive the system.
Such happiness and spirit. Sometimes you don't see that, but this case is very important. I was elected on a historic mandate, but in recent months we've seen a handful of radical left judges effectively try to overrule the rightful powers of the president.
And when the moment came, she struck. The receipts are real, the recordings are confirmed, and the damage is done. Trump can't spin his way out of this one. In the end, Melania has proven that political spouses, often seen as silent accessories, have power beyond what's traditionally recognized.
It has been inspiring to see what the people of our great nation will do for one another, especially when we are at our most fragile. Speaking of strength and determination, we recently celebrated the 100-year anniversary of the passage of the 19th Amendment.
They have the information, the private conversations, the inside track. And if they choose to expose it, it changes everything. Now, Trump has to face a harsh truth. The silent partner has become the loudest voice in the room, and she played him like a fiddle. And while all of this unfolds, Melania's silence is being redefined. For years, she played the role of the dutiful silent partner. But it turns out that silence was just camouflage. She didn't have to fight in public, didn't have to scream from the rooftops.
Smart guy and a good guy, great guy, loves our country. We're also pleased to be joined by Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. Bobby, you do a great job. He's got some big things happening, and he's got some big statements to be made very shortly in terms of, over the next few months, in terms of what they've been doing and finding.
Good evening. Thank you. 1 year ago, I introduced my father when he declared his candidacy. In his own way and through his own sheer force of will,
She did the hard work behind the scenes, gathering evidence, making a plan, and when the moment came, she struck with precision. This is a masterclass in patience and strategy, and it's a stark contrast to Trump's chaotic, impulsive style. Melania's actions have created a new precedent in political power dynamics. The idea that political spouses are just supportive accessories, quiet figures standing behind their partners, is being completely shattered. Melania has shown that spouses have more power than we ever imagined. They have access to information, they see the private side of their partner, and if they choose to act, they can wield that information with devastating effect. This is a game changer for how we think about political families, and it's a huge wake-up call for anyone who thought they were safe hiding behind their public personas. The media is having a field day with this story, but not in the way you'd expect. The typical media divide is gone. You have left-wing commentators reveling in the chaos, while right-wing outlets try to deflect, but no one can ignore it. Even the most loyal Trumpists are starting to feel the heat. They can't call this fake news. They can't dismiss it as a partisan attack. When it's Melania, the one person who has been by his side through everything, suddenly going rogue, that changes the game. And here's the twist. This isn't just about politics anymore. It's about a reckoning. It's about loyalty, betrayal, and power dynamics that have been quietly simmering under the surface for years. Melania isn't just exposing Trump's personal failings. She's exposing the entire system he's built. The Trump empire isn't just facing a political crisis. It's facing an existential one. When the very foundation of your image is based on a lie, it's only a matter of time before it all falls apart. For now, Trump is scrambling to control the narrative, but every tweet, every rant, every social media post only adds fuel to the fire. The receipts have been dropped. The recording exists. The DNA results are confirmed. And Melania Trump is no longer just a silent figure. She's the one holding the pen that could bring it all crashing down.